Good morning, everyone. It's Lindsay Huddleston back in the building with another SPS Monday Motivation. Hope you had a great weekend. I had a great weekend indeed. Got to check out some Michigan State basketball. Seems they're on a roll. Had a big win over Maryland. Maryland was in the building. It was great. Got to just really enjoy. Was able to go spend time with the Michigan State baseball team. Shout out to Sean Elliott for the nice invite. They were having their preseason fundraiser. It's good. Baseball players in Michigan State, some big boys, and they're looking really good this season. So, what is today's Monday motivation? It's a little personal. And when I say personal, I mean that in the sense that it's coming from a different place of what I feel is important to share. And that is work, don't beg for a job or a relationship. Now, first of all, let me give this disclaimer. I'm not coming off as some ultra conservative about pull yourself up by your bootstraps, et cetera, et cetera. But I know when people are looking at new opportunities in the job market and then in their personal life, whether they're looking for a relationship, trying to maintain a relationship, these are some things I think will really be appropriate for people who are approaching that and dealing with that. I got some great information from an article off the website, boldwinner.com, and I think this is a great image. Don't beg for anything. And there's one article I want to share with you. I don't know if you can read it now, but I'll read it off my own printed copy. I think this is very interesting, and give me a few moments to share. I normally don't just read a lot of material, but I thought there was so much substantive information. And so, this article is dedicated to all the motivated people out there who are willing to put in the required effort and work to get whatever they desire. Whenever you beg for anything, you simply say you don't deserve it and you're depending on someone's mercy to give it to you. Begging is a loser's mentality. A loser is too dependent on other people's choices to get what he or she wants, and that's why they usually don't have what they want. This is because a person or persons whom they beg can choose to waste time before giving it to them or even not give them it at all. Beggars have no choice. And guess what? Choice is the best gift that a man or woman has to direct their life to what they want. So when you beg, you throw away your power of choice. And when you throw away, when you throw that away, you automatically lost because you have no more control over anything. This is why winners never beg. Winners deserve whatever they get because they are willing to go get it themselves. They refuse to wait on anybody or anything and took their destinies in their own hands. They honor their power of choice, and that is why they will always live in joy and happiness. Whatever it is you want in life, never make the mistake of begging for it. Do it. Do what you need to do whatever you deserve, and whatever you deserve will come to you in a surprising way. Most people have not yet understood that the reason they are not getting what they desire is because they still are begging for it. Learn to deserve what you want. You deserve things by working hard and smart for them. Is it money? Stop begging anybody. Go out there and do what you can to earn a living. Is it love? Love is everywhere around you. There are millions of people ready to love you beyond your imagination. Stop begging one person who doesn't give a damn about you and allow yourself to go out and be loved by others. I thought that was a great read, and you can relate that to both your professional and personal life. Now, the one thing I will say as a caveat is that it's one thing to say I deserve better, but it's two to put in the work to be that better that you're talking about you deserve. So many times, many of us, men and women alike, think that, hey, I'm just that deal just because, whether it's for a job or a relationship, but you really haven't put in the work to be that. And I think it's important to recognize that. There's a fine line between confidence and conceit. I try to talk to my daughter about that. Confidence is simply having the track record, the experiences to back up what it is you say you want. So I think that's important. Also, I wanted to share give people time, give people space. Don't beg anyone to stay. Let them roam. What's meant for you will always be yours. That is me looking at, the universe and saying, I'm a firm believer in the universe will give you what you're supposed to have. Now, that doesn't mean you just sit and say, bring it to me. Work on yourself. This is in a personal relationship or in a professional sense. Build your skills. Be a healthier individual, not just in the physical output, but in what's coming out of your mouth. Are you toxic in what you say, male or female? Do you belittle or do you encourage? Those are the things that will probably draw the right kind of people to you if that is what your desire is. And I'm speaking both in a professional sense as far as the job market or for entrepreneurs, for new clients and growth, or in relationships, whether you're in a relationship or not. You could be in a relationship right now, loving marriage, but realize that your interpersonal skills are lacking and you seem to be alienating people that you want to build better relationships with. Work on yourself. That's all you can do. And the one thing about working on yourself, folks, it kind of takes the focus off of worrying about the next man or woman and what's going on with them and why they are not interested in you or are. If there's a job that you wanted and you didn't get it, hey, it is what it is. Work on yourself, and there may be another opportunity coming real soon. Now, speaking of job, I want to talk a little bit more about that. And there was a great article I saw on LinkedIn that I want to share with you guys, and it was by Alex Jesus. He's in marketing and communications. And he says, bid for a job. In other words, saying don't beg for a job. Stop begging. Here's some of the things he talks about. He says, rather than approaching potential employers with the beggar's mindset, it's time to acknowledge your unique value and pitch it to them. That's the thing I'm talking about. You got to go in and tell them what value you can provide. That's what they're looking for. Also, begging for a job won't get you a job. Oh, please, I need this job real bad. Like I said earlier, it kind of gives people the choice to say, well, we can waste their time. But there's a psychological component to it. Isn't it crazy that when you have some people want to give you more, and when you don't have anything, so like people don't want to give you anything? It's just human nature, and it's a wild thing, and that applies to the job market and relationships as well. In a job market that grows more competitive with each passing day, relying on the traditional approach of submitting resumes and wishing for employment has become obsolete. In most cases, there has to be a connection somewhere. Is that right? I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but it's just the reality of it. People want to work with people who they're familiar with, who they have some understanding about, or someone can say some great things about them and vouch for them. Here are three things that they added to that. Acknowledge your unique value. That's not just sitting back saying I'm a king or I'm a queen. Let me list these things that I can do and bring to your organization. Or thinking about a relationship, what things that I think are of value that I can bring to a relationship. People want different things, just like an employer wants different things. People want different things in a relationship. Recognize what those things are that you bring. Understand the company's needs. In many cases, people go into situations not doing their due diligence and research to know what the company really needs. You may be saying, hey man, y'all need more space and sprockets. Shout out to the Jetsons. When they really need, some other type of product. So find out what they really need, and then you know better what you can provide them. And also with a relationship. With somebody you have an interest in. And again, whether I say this is whether you're single or whether you're trying to build relationships outside of your current relationship in a good, appropriate way, they'll find out what it is that they relate to. And I think so many times we focus so much internally on us. Well, this is who I am. This is what I need. This is what's important to me. Well, you're missing an opportunity to service, whether it's a new client opportunity, a new job opportunity, or a new relationship. And finally, he talks about flipping the script. You're the solution. Hey, that goes back to the name of my company, Sports Psychology Solution. You're going to be the one that's going to go in there and provide some guidance and some help. You're going to be the one that's going to provide an opportunity. I kind of laugh when I think about solutions for men. There's this big talk about men taking on some major responsibilities in relationships, and that's a debate for another time. But I know somebody's saying, "Yeah, you my way out of this mess." But with that being said, guys, I just think this is important to be able to share these thoughts about relationships, whether it's a job or whether it's a relationship, and don't beg, don't beg. Put yourself in a situation where you have value that you can bring where you don't have to beg. I know sometimes we get in tight scenarios and we just do all we can, we want all we can, but begging changes the dynamic. Work on yourself enough where you don't have to beg. And you can go out there and get it. And believe me, it's much more satisfying, it's much more of a benefit when you get it on your own. And you also don't have to be old or in debt to someone. I get some hand claps from Mo Christian, Morinike in the building. Good morning to you. I'm glad you appreciate that. Just want to say it's important to keep that in mind. And finally, as I stated before, I just don't want to miss the point to say that don't just say because I am who I am, it's supposed to happen for me. Last comment is that in today's competitive job market, it's essential to change your perspective from begging for a job to pitching your unique value proposition. What's your value proposition? What do you offer? For lack of an overused term that sometimes can be, very topical and controversial, what do you bring to the table? And look at that. And when you're out here worried about, making a new move for a new job or expanding your relationships, in the interim, work on yourself. better your skill set, get some more skills, get some more certifications. I don't want to go back to school. You got to do something. You got to do something that's going to make you more attractive and appealing to the market. And if that's the case with relationships, you don't like not being in a relationship or the relationship you in, hey, do some things. Well, you may say, I already work, I already do that. Well, do some inner reflection. That's always something we can do for self improvement for ourselves, both personally and professionally. So I want to be able to share that message with you guys today. I want you to go have a great week. Later on today, we're going to be with Nick Marsh, formerly of River Rouge, now Michigan State Spartans, going to sit down with me on the SPS Edge show featuring Ethan Boyd. Look forward to seeing Nick. Look forward to seeing Mama Marsh and Londa Wilson will be in the building. Looking forward to hanging out with them over at Veghead. Shout out to our sponsors, Veghead, as well as Oliver Bell Law Group and SPS High School NIL Consulting. Working really hard to do that. I'm gonna let you guys go get that day started, man. It's gonna be a great day. It's gonna be a great week. It's gonna be a great month. It's gonna be a great year. You're gonna have a great life. And I thank you guys for supporting SPS. See you soon. Peace.